The resident representative of JICA, the Japan International Corporation of Fiji, Ms. Yukariono Ono-san. Chief Advisor, Mr. Ogawa Tadayuki. Representatives of EFL, ladies and gentlemen. Bonobinaka and Ohayo gozaimashita. I would first of all thank you very much, JICA. Thank you, JICA and the people of Japan and the government of Japan, not only for this program, but also for the invitation to be here this morning at this workshop, and also for giving me the opportunity to deliver some remarks on the opening of this seminar on the introduction of hybrid power generation in the Pacific Island countries. It's wonderful to come here and to be able to meet you all this morning, and I believe our friends from JICA and also from Okinawa NTEC, also friends from JICA and Okinawa, also enjoying your stay in Fiji, and that you will be enjoying the Fijian hospitality. I was advised that this technical assistance on this project actually started way back in 2017. So it's been going on for 2 years now. 2 years now that we'll be having this, and that will be completed in the year 2022, and that is covering 5 Pacific Island states, including Kiribati, Federated States of FSM, Marshall Islands, Tuvalu, and also Fiji. And I've also noted in the budget for 2019 and 2020 that JICA has committed $3.7 million onto this project. So I think from us here in Fiji and from the Pacific Islands, we want to express our appreciation and our thank you to JICA, the people of Japan, the government of Japan, for the assistance in this particular project and the bringing of solar and hybrid energy, and at least providing the knowledge and the expertise so that our people in the Pacific will be able to move this forward. There were some activities that were carried out, including site visits to hybrid power generation projects in Japan, and the training of trainers for departments of energy, EFL, which was undertaken at the EFL Control Center in Lautoka. And I was also advised that those that have undergone this training together with JICA will train other participants from the participating member countries, so that we can have a multiplier effect on the knowledge, the expertise and the competence that has been acquired. Another milestone achievement of this project includes the setting up of a regional training center at the EFL Center in Lautoka. So I understand that training center is going to be for the region, so that people from around the region will be able to come and learn and enhance themselves at this center. The establishment of that training center will complement and enhance our position also here in Fiji to be the regional hub on research and development of hybrid power technologies in the Pacific. The assistance from the government of Japan and JICA is timely, something we appreciate, and it will provide that, it will be a catalyst, it will provide the impetus towards our transition to a more reliable and sustainable power supply, aligning to our national development plans and targets that we have, our 5-year development plans and our 20-year targets that we have here in Fiji. I think Japan is a bit similar to Fiji in terms of you also get exposed to a lot of natural disasters. We know about all the tsunamis, the cyclones, the flooding, storm surges, and things of that nature, high winds that damage infrastructure, and this always costs a lot of dollars to government, has a great impact on things like on GDP, for instance. In Fiji, in our plans here in Fiji, we are committed to renewable energy. We have a strong commitment to renewable energy, and we have a strong commitment to making sure that all of our people can have access to energy generally. The targets that we have in our national development plans, our strategic development plans, we want to, by the time that we get to the year 2036, we want 100% of our energy to be coming from renewable sources. And that's a big challenge for us to be able to do that. By the year 2036 is not too far around the corner to be able to bring a lot more, and at the same time to reduce our carbon emissions by 30% by the year 2030. So carbon emissions moving across to better forms of energy. And I think related to this, that is just talking about energy in terms of the provision of energy. The next big target for us will be the transport sector. How to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the transport sector, which will mean putting electricity into the transport sector, whether it's land transport. I don't know whether it's possible with maritime transport. I know in some parts of the world now, in Europe now, they're beginning to have electric ferries. It might mean in the future also air travel, where we can put electricity, and hopefully most of that electricity is renewable. It's based on renewable energy. So those are two targets that we have. We want to provide 100% access to electricity for all our people by the year 2021. All households in Fiji. The last census that we had, it had come up to about 96%, 96 or 97, not too sure what the percentage was, of all households. But you know, when you have that large figure of 96%, there's all the way our focus now will be on the 3% that's missing, identifying who they are and trying to make sure that they have access to that electricity. Achieving these kinds of large targets will require a concerted, cohesive approach and a holistic approach from all key players in Fiji, in our country. So we need to forge strong partnerships with the private sector so that we can work together. Private sector and with research institutions, people that look into knowledge, find new sources of knowledge, applying that knowledge so we can have an impact on the targets that we have. And over and above that, we need to have very firm commitment. I know that the government of Fiji is firmly committed because we have put this idea for access to electricity, making sure that it's provided to everybody in this country as a right in the Constitution. And this right is then translated into a strategic development plan where there are specific targets. So hopefully whatever government comes in place, they will stick by those targets. And a lot of those targets are directly aligned to the SDG goals that we have, Sustainable Development Goals, which includes a lot of the things that we're talking about here. So we need to have that commitment from our leaders and key decision makers, and we do have that commitment from our current leaders that we have in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, during the Palm 8 meeting that was held in May 2018 at Fukushima in Japan, you know the name Fukushima, you know what happened in Fukushima, so it's very famous for all of us. Meeting in Fukushima, our Prime Minister has met and discussed with the Prime Minister of Japan a number of key and common challenges that confront our two countries. These include the small size and island distribution of a wide area, distance from major international markets, and the vulnerability to natural disasters and climate change that affects both of our countries. And during that meeting, the government of Japan has shown a strong commitment to Pacific Island countries, and that's something we really appreciate. A strong commitment to the Pacific Island countries from the government of Japan, and especially our efforts to decarbonize, to reduce the amount of carbon emissions that we have through the implementation of this hybrid island program. I have actually had the pleasure and the opportunity to commission two of our hybrid projects that we already have in Fiji. The first one was the one on the village of Namara in Kandavu, I think that program we had together with the Koreans. It was a very interesting project. They have it in place. They do a remote monitoring of the system from Korea, and a very compact system that they have in place. So I've had that opportunity to see how that works on the island of Kandavu. And recently, the one earlier this year was the one in Tukavesi in Natewa, up that side. So, and I was told that the staff who were involved, who attended the JICA trainings, they played a key role in the implementation of those two projects. So already we are beginning to see the benefits of the program that we are attending now. So the assistance of JICA already is beginning to bear fruit. We still have more than 200 communities in Fiji that we are targeting to transform their electricity supplies from diesel generators to other sustainable forms. And our plan will be to provide hybrid systems to most of these communities that will supply 24 hours of reliable electricity. I was just told by our Director Angie that there are some other projects that are ongoing now. They are hybrid projects too, funded by the European Union in Yasawa and Kiowa, and I think in the middle of Viti Levu also. So there seems to be a surge in trying to put in place these hybrid systems. And in addition to the above, I know that EFL is also in the process of installing the 5 megawatt grid connect solar system in Nadi. And there's also plans one for Mua in Taviuni. This budget, the next financial year, we will be looking at making the road, cutting the road. Eventually we'll have that system. And we are also looking, I think we're thinking also about Ovalau, Am I correct? Overall, we'll put that. Am I correct? Overall, eh? We want to put. We want to produce as many islands as possible in Fiji to be totally renewable energy focused. I think Vitilevu definitely will get it done. Taviuni with the hydro and with this more project should become 100% renewable. Hopefully, maybe Overlau can also become similar to that. Once you do that, and Vanuatu not so much. I don't know about Vanuatu. What do you think? Vanuatu will be able to do it 100% renewable? Possibly. I mean, Department of Energy, EFL, you need to come up. I think if we can hit Vanuatu, especially Vitilevu, we should be able to do it. If we can get Vanuatu, you can get Taviuni, Overlau, maybe Kandavu. Basically, you've covered 90% of Fiji or 95%, and that would be a great achievement to be able to move us to the targets that we have. One. So the seminar today will set a platform to disseminate and share knowledge on the development of hybrid power generation. We need to learn from each other and continue to share the experience to improve and enhance our commitment to our people. Not just a commitment to our people that live today, but commitment to the people that will live in the future. Because, you know, climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, all of these things are the biggest challenge to life itself in the Pacific Islands. And even though our carbon emissions are low compared to what happens in the world, we need to be able to show that we walk the talk. Prime Minister goes out there in the world and talks about these things. We need to be able to show that we do it also here in Fiji. So I would like to assure the JICA representatives on our commitment and support towards the successful implementation of the project in Fiji. So, ladies and gentlemen, with those few words, I wish you the very best in your deliberations for today. Arigato gozaimashita, God bless us all, and thank you.